Hey team, Coach Stephanie here. Welcome to your cool down of the week. Before we get started, you're going to want to make sure that you have access to a wall, so something that's kind of close by, and then the rig or like a door jamb or something that you can really hold on to create that stretch that we have coming up. So just make sure you have those two things. I'm going to show a slightly different version than one at the wall, but one that can be interchanged at any time. So let's go ahead and start on our backs into a reclined twist. So any way you want to get there, we're going to start with the right side. So as you lay back, bring that right knee into the chest. Just give it a little squeeze towards your armpit. Nice little stretch through the front of the hips. And then from here, scoot your hips over to the right side, and then we'll let that right knee fall to the left. And that right arm goes out like a T, and we're just going to soften into this position. We're not pushing into the twist. We're not forcing the twist. We're just allowing the weight of a body to just slowly open up. And your breathing can help the tight muscles that are kind of holding on relax and release. Just breathe here. All right, let's gently bring that right knee through center. We're going to reshift the hips just back through neutral, and then bring that left knee in, give it a little squeeze towards your left armpit, and then scoot the hips now to the left as you let that left leg fall to the right. That left arm reaches out, and same thing, just allow gravity to do work here. Get really heavy in the body, no pushing, no forcing. Just allow everything to release as it wants. All right, bring that left knee back through center. And hug both knees to the chest. Give them a little squeeze. And then we're going to rock to the hands and knees. So just any way you want to get there. Going to come into a low lunge calf stretch. Okay, so we'll start with the left side. I'm not sure why left side today. We're just starting with left side. And we're going to go left foot forward. First thing you're going to do is keep that left heel on the floor and then start to push the left knee forward. Okay. We're anchoring this left heel down because we're focusing on the calf and the Achilles stretch. If you need a little bit more, we put our torso on top of that left thigh and then use the body weight to kind of keep pushing the knee forward without letting this left heel come up. And you can put a little bit of weight towards your big left toe as you bring the knee in and then over towards the pinky toe. And as you do that, you'll notice a different stretch. So just kind of play around with a little bit of movement here. All right, we'll go ahead and release that. And then other side. So now right foot forward. And one side might be tighter than the other, and that's okay. And we're going to keep our left heel down, right heel down, push the right knee forward, and then bring the torso on top of the right leg. And you can also bring that weight towards the big toe or the pinky toe. Like today, this side is much tighter than the other. I'm not sure why, but it just is. So very normal, very common. Good. All right, let's come out of that. All right, next up, we're gonna need to go to the rig or a door jamb, something where you can kind of like pull on the thing, okay? So I'm coming over to the rig here. I'm gonna face the rig. I'm gonna reach across with my left hand. I'm gonna put my thumb down. We're gonna go into a lat stretch here. So as I grab a little bit lower than my shoulder, I'm then gonna sit my hips back. I'm leaning back. And then I'm feeling that big pull from armpit down to the side body, into the outer hip, lower back. And again, just like with the ankle stretch, we can play around with some movement, peeking under the armpit, rolling the left ribs down. Good. Come on out of that. Feel free to repeat that or repeat any of these throughout the sequence, especially if it's really working for you. And then again, second side, we're going to reach across with our right hand. Thumb is going to turn down. And then we take our body weight and we pull back. And then from here, movement. So you look under the armpit, over to the other side, rolling the right ribs down. Sending your right hip back. Good. And then we come out of that. Okay, so next up is where we would want the wall. Or if you're at the gym, you can, and you don't, there's lots of walls, but if you want to do it with a barbell, we can create the same position with the barbell on the rack. And so that's how I'm going to do it today, just as a demo. So you're going to go over to the wall or to the bar, and you're going to place your hands on the bar about shoulders distance, or whatever your clean grip would be. And then if you're at the wall, same thing, but you're going to go flat palms, okay? So it's either flat palms on the wall or flat palms on the bar, okay? Straight arms. And then just walk your feet back a little bit, and here's what we do. We're going to push back, create a little bit of length through the shoulders, so push the wall or the bar away. And then from here, we're going to drop the chest down to arch the back, okay? Coming into puppy pose here. And so we can kind of move around the hips a little bit, side to side. You're really just looking for a good arch and a good drop of the chest to the floor. Just breathe here, find some movement. Good. And then come out of that. All right, and then last one, coming into pigeon. So come back to the mat. We'll start on the left side. Okay, and starting with the hands and knees. This is a good spot to start because we can then easily bring our right knee towards our right wrist. And then the shin, depending on how flexible you are, that foot can come forward. So the shin is a little bit more lined up with the front of the mat. But honestly, that's really not the main thing. What the main thing is scooting the back leg back so that you feel the stretch in the hip. Okay? And right now my hip is pretty high off of the floor. That's okay. I'm just going to roll towards that hip just so I can soften into pigeon a little bit, so I do a little bit less work today. Feel free though to stay in that fullest pigeon where you're kind of rolled towards the front of the right thigh, kind of a little more squared to the ground. And again, we just kind of breathe here, feel the release, feel the muscles soften as you stay in this position, and breathe. All right, let's gently come out of that. Back to the hands and knees. And you can give your hips a little wiggle just to kind of open things back up. And then second side, right knee towards right wrist. Again, now we scoot the left leg back. But if we're feeling tight today, Like again, my hip on this side's pretty high off the floor, so I'm just gonna opt to be a little bit more relaxed in this position. And breathing through the tension, trying to soften where you can. All right, let's go ahead and slowly bring yourself out of that, back to the hands and knees. Make sure those hips wiggle out, find that movement again. Great. You guys are all set for the day. Remember, you're going to always stay in poses longer or repeat them if you're feeling like they're being really effective for, kind of whatever tightness you're feeling for this week. Enjoy your stretching, and then I'll see you guys next time.